Okay, y'all, I already had an issue with them. I told them they're not allowed back on the show without no bourbon next time. I'm just kidding. But from Florida roots to Kentucky bourbon, Manchester Distilling is gearing up to release its first bourbon this November and build a world-class distillery. Now, I am excited.
I know you are.
No, you know I am.
You were just impressed though when they showed up without it though. So, but founder Trevor Lee and master distiller Mark Coffman are joining us today to discuss their journey. So welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much.
Okay, tell us about this journey if you don't mind. So how can we enjoy it as well as viewers?
Sure. Well, the journey started many years ago. Bourbon companies take a long time to start. And we were fortunate to have a really good partnership with State Senate President Robert Stivers, who talked us into coming up and starting this business in Manchester, Kentucky. Very grateful for his support. And also for the support of the Kentucky Distilling Association, who introduced us to Mark Coffman, our master distiller, who had just recently retired, but was willing to come out of retirement to help us start this distillery. And if you look at any distillery documentary on Netflix or anywhere else, you will find Mark Coffman in these. So he's a bit of a famous person in the distilling industry. Very, very lucky to have him.
Well, I'm going to have to get your signature.
Well, there's always a fee.
Okay. I love that. Okay, so tell me a little bit about the distilling process. What can we expect from this set of bourbon?
Well, this is all going to be handcrafted. We're going to go with a double distillation system.
Okay.
We have a wash still and a spirit still. So we're really getting into the craft of actually making the cuts, so we know right where to place the cuts for the final hearts cut that we want to reserve and put into those nice Kentucky wood barrels and send it off for aging. Unfortunately, like everything else in bourbon, you have to wait.
Yes,
So.
Patience is a virtue.
Absolutely.
I love the fact that, you know, I grew up in Laurel County, so just the fact that things have changed so much and there's so much new business coming from this opportunity.
I drive through there a lot, it's
Yeah.
amazing how much growth you see in Laurel County right now.
Well, I mean, but you're right, you know, right next door in Clay County and stuff. So,
Yeah. We love being in the mountains.
Yeah.
In Appalachia, we think that the mountains are the best place to age bourbon.
Oh,
Kentucky, number one, is the best place to age bourbon, and then we think the mountains help with that process
Oh, absolutely.
significantly.
Absolutely. Okay, so tell me a little bit about the notes. See, I'm into bourbon now,
She
so
is.
you know,
She's a
I love to
connoisseur.
smell it. I love to taste the notes. So what can I expect?
You're going to expect to see, you're going to get just a hint of cinnamon. You're going to pick up those nice caramel sweetness onto it. You're going to get that vanilla, maybe a little bit of smoke from the char.
Okay.
But all this is going to blend together to a very nice, pleasing, smooth drink.
Yeah.
See, now I like my bourbon in a bourbon ball or a cookie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need
that.
some sustenance.
Absolutely. So for folks who want to get their first hands on the bottle, how can we do so? Is there a sign up now?
Well, yeah, so check our social. We're on Facebook and Instagram right now. info@manchesterdistilling.com. Email us and we can get you on those lists for single barrels and for our first releases. Our first release will be called Founders Reserve. Founders Reserve is what the founders bought and paid for, and we're going to be releasing that as a small batch at 100 proof, which is a blend of about 10 or 11 barrels, and then as a single barrel for those that really love the pure side of bourbon, single barrel at barrel strength. So both of those products will be available this fall. And then we'll be doing tours, and we'll have a full-service restaurant, and we'll be right on the creek up in Manchester.
That's gonna be beautiful.
Next fall.
Yeah.
So we're still very much opening this business and starting to build more and more in East Kentucky.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to check you all out. I'm going to have to come up there and do a
We would
segment
love
with
that.
you all. But definitely check them out, manchesterdistilling.com. Thank you both so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll be back just in a minute.